Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in for today's video. I am going to be reviewing the Dior Forever Foundation. Now this is not a new product on the market, but it is just a new product for me. Those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I have really been putting this foundation to the test for the past 3-4 days. I'm trying it with different primers, I'm mixing this in with highlighters. I am really trying to analyze what the deal with this foundation is, and I can already tell you for the most part I'm very impressed with this. So today's video is just to sort of sum up all my thoughts regarding this foundation, and it is to show you how this applies on the skin. I've been showing you this on my Instagram stories as well, but just the quality on this camera and the lighting and everything here is so much better that I decided to go ahead and film a YouTube video as well. So if you are interested on how I created this look using the Dior Forever Foundation, please keep on watching. For primer, you guys, I'm going to be using the Beautify by Amna Buffet primer. Now, I'm only going to be taking a very small amount of this. I have tried this foundation with the Beautify by Amna primer as well as my favorite MAC Prep and Prime, but the day I wore this with the MAC Prep and Prime towards the end of the event that I had to attend, I noticed that it had creased a lot more in my laugh lines and under my eyes, and usually that's not a problem I face with the MAC Prep and Prime, but when I wore this foundation with the Buffet primer, I didn't have that issue. So I'm guessing this Buffet primer is a better combination with this Dior Forever foundation on my skin at least, and that is what I'm going with today. Now guys, as far as the skin makeup goes, I have been trying a few new techniques on myself, and these are all that I have picked up from various artists on YouTube and Instagram. So I am really fascinated by Samir Khozami and his work, and I think he's an incredible artist. And then of course everyone is really obsessed with Scott Barnes. So these are techniques that I'm showing you right now are those that I have picked up from these artists. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Beautiful Bronze. And this is absolutely brand new. I'm just going to squirt some out on the back of my hand and work from here. Now I'm going to take this foundation brush. This particular one is by the Vanity Cosmetics Australia, but I mean you can get like these brushes. These are very easily available from anywhere. And I'm going to start with contouring my face. Applying this contour and also blending it out. Now these LA Girl Pro Concealers are very fast setting, so they don't give you a lot of playtime. So once you have the product on, just make sure you start blending it immediately. Otherwise you're going to find yourself in a sticky situation. Okay, now that most of our contour is on and it's looking pretty crazy right now, we are going to now move into highlight, and I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer in the shade Medium. And I am going to take this in all the areas that I want to highlight. And normally I do not use concealer like this. Like, I don't like these stripes that you draw across your face, but for the look that I'm doing today, this is sort of what works best. And if you follow Samir Khozami, you will see a lot of these face charts on his Instagram account as well, and he does a lot of tutorials on his Instagram page, so you guys can pick up some of these amazing techniques from him. That's how I got inspired to try this. And now I am taking my Sigma Flat Kabuki brush in F80, and I'm just going to blend this in. Okay, now we're going to move into the actual foundation, which is the Dior Forever Foundation in the shade 021, and I'm going to take a good 2 pumps of this and start pressing it onto my skin using my Zephyde Mr. Perfect blender. And I'm going to apply this all over, starting at the center of my face. And as you can see, as this foundation is going on, we are blending all the contour lines. We still have a hint of that shadow, but we don't have the sharpness of those lines, which is great. Now, the under eye concealer that I'm going to use is by Inglot. This is actually called the under eye concealer, so that there is no confusion as to its purpose. And this is the shade number 93. And I'm going to just take some on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to press this with my ring finger. Taking it in the inner corner of my eye as well, because that is an area where I have a lot of natural shadow because of the shape of my eyes. I have very deep set eyes, and this area over here just tends to get really, really dark on me. So guys, this is what everything is looking like right now. We do have a hint of shadow in all the areas that we contoured, but nothing is looking too intense, and we don't have any sharp lines anywhere, which is excellent, which is the idea. But at the same time, we have lost some sharpness to our contour, so now we're going to add that using powder products. The bronzer that I'm going to use today is by Rimmel. This is the natural bronzer. This is the shade 025 Sun Glow. And I'm going to take this on a slightly bigger brush and just very lightly add it to all the areas that I want to bronze up. I even take some of this on my cheek because I like how it looks very connected, and I don't know, I think it looks very pretty. You guys tell me, are you into bronzers? And if you are, how do you like to use them? Do you like to actually bronze yourself up, or do you use bronzers in a more contourish fashion? How do you guys do it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm actually very curious. To sort of emphasize the highlight areas, I'm going to go into my MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NC25, and I am going to apply them in all the areas that I want should look highlighted. Going back in with the brush I used for my bronzer and making sure I blend that light powder out with the bronzer. I still probably have some product left on the brush, which is going to make this job a lot easier, but I'm not adding more product to the brush. So this is what the skin is looking like right now. And I really like how everything is looking so much more defined. There's so much more structure to my face. And yeah, so we are going to take it from here. I am going to use a very fresh peachy blush. This is by Sephora. This is the shade Sweet on You. This is a blush my mom loves to use, and I'm going to take it on the same brush I took my bronzer on. And this is very, very pigmented, so I am going to really make sure I tap lightly. Like, I don't even know if the camera is picking up on how pigmented this is. Okay, this is way too much. I'm going to have to tone it down. So just taking my powder brush and sort of pressing it over where I applied my blush. Okay, as my next step, I'm going to be taking one of my all-time favorite highlighters. This is the cult favorite Becca Champagne Pop. This is just a highlighter I keep coming back to. I discover new ones and I get distracted by them, and I sort of cheat on this one with the other new shiny highlighters in town, but I keep coming back to this. This is just an amazing highlight. And I'm going to take this on my Sigma Spotlight Duster F37 brush, and you only need the tiniest bit. And just something about how this highlighter is milled is so beautiful. It glides onto your skin and it just becomes one with your skin. It is just, I don't think there's anything quite like the Becca highlighter formula on the market, whether it be these pressed highlighters, whether it be the liquid one, the one that I use a lot in my Instagram stories. They're just so, so good. And I'm just going to take this and dye, pretty much, because this is so gorgeous. I just love how easy this is to use, and I love how very little you need. For lipstick, I'm going to be using the Note Cosmetics Bronzed Pink lipstick. And just because I think it's going to go well with the look. Now to sort of dim it down, I'm going to take the Matte Lipstick Diary from JCat Beauty in the shade Too Close. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know how you think this turned out, because I'm really enjoying this type of a makeup look these days. And I just think it brings out all your best features. It enhances everything on your face. Is just extremely flattering, and I think this method of contouring where you contour in layers is so much more natural looking. Like the overall result is much more natural looking than when you apply a foundation and bam, contour on top. So although it's a few extra steps, I think it's definitely worth it in the end. And I don't know, you guys, you be the judge. Tell me what you think of this. And if you do recreate this look, I would love to see a picture. If you are comfortable sending that in, just DM me on @ShayanHaider on Instagram, and I would love to see your work and appreciate it and give my feedback. And yeah, this is it for today's video. I'm going to try and do a few check-ins. You guys know I always try my best to do those, and just show you how this foundation wears. I know it's going to crack in my laugh lines. That is every foundation these days on me. It cracked a lot more when I used the MAC Prep and Prime, but I know it's going to crack a little bit even with the Perfect Primer. So if you see cracks around this area, then that is to be expected, but I want to see how this wears everywhere else. One thing I would like to mention about this foundation already is that this is a team player. So it worked really beautifully with all the products that I applied before it, and it also worked really beautifully with everything I applied on top. So it worked well with the cream products underneath as well as the powder products that went on top of this. Everything looks very well blended on my face, even if I use the zoom mirror and sort of analyze how things are looking up close. Yeah, so everything is looking really, really good, you guys. I'm really excited about this. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful, and if you did, you know what to do. Please do like the video. Please do make sure you subscribe to my channel, and do make sure you ring the notification bell, because that is how you will be alerted every time I post new content on my channel. Now, before I end this video, I do want to apologize, because I know I have not been very consistent with my uploading schedule, which is supposed to be Mondays and Thursdays. Trust me, you guys, I try my best, but some weeks is just harder than others, and I'm going to try even harder from now onwards, but no promises for the time being. I do try to upload 2 videos a week, so whether it is Monday, Thursday, or whether it is some other routine that I come up with, you guys, obviously, if you ring the notification bell, you will not miss a video by me. For those of you who are being very patient through all of this, I cannot thank you guys enough. I'm still getting the hang of things, you know. I do appreciate your feedback, so please do let me know if you have any. And if you have any suggestions for further videos, I would love to try them out. I'm actually thinking of doing a challenge video as well. So yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments. Would you be interested in seeing that? Apart from that, as far as this foundation goes, you guys, I can already tell you that I have really been putting this foundation to the test, and I have really been enjoying it. So my only feedback with this foundation is that if you are someone with dry skin, use this more during the summer months. So now as we're moving into summer, and it's really funny that I said that because it is pouring rain outside. Like just when you think summer is here, it becomes colder. I don't mind though. I'm not really looking forward to summers. I do not like summers. It is my least favorite season of the year. So I don't mind winters hanging around a little bit longer. But this foundation is definitely one that I will be reaching for during the summers and maybe putting away during the winters. If you are someone with oilier skin, I think you will enjoy this more. Just because it has a really, really matte finish. So as soon as you are done blending this in, you will notice that it is not exactly a flat matte, but it is pretty close to that, at least on me. So if you're someone with oilier skin, it will not look as flat on you because the natural oils of your skin will help just make this look a lot more lively on your face, if that makes sense. I'm just trying so hard to explain things that sometimes I feel like I overdo it. So guys, having said all of that, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video. Okay, you guys, we are 3 hours into the makeup and everything is looking really, really nice on my face, except for the fact that the foundation has cracked. So if I take you guys up close, you can see the cracks right there. This is just how my skin is acting these days, regardless of the foundation that I'm using. Just these areas are cracking more than they usually do. So I need to do something about this. Like, I need to dig a little deeper and figure this out. But if you notice, apart from that, the foundation is looking amazing everywhere else. And yeah, so far so good. I'm gonna try and do another check-in maybe in a couple of hours and show you how everything is holding up. Okay, you guys, we are at the 5-hour mark and I am tired. I just want to take this foundation off now. But everything has held up pretty well the past 2 hours, except that my laugh lines have completely cracked. They'd already started cracking in my previous check-in, but now they're just I'm really tempted to like fix them and dab them and correct them, but I'm avoiding doing that because I wanted to show you guys how the makeup looks without any touch-ups whatsoever. So everything has held up really well. This foundation holds product really well. So my contour is pretty much there exactly as I applied it. So is the highlight, so is everything else on my face. Just my laugh lines are cracking like nobody's business. So yeah, everything else is looking okay. It's looking good, and I'm gonna go wash my face now because my face feels really heavy. Like, I feel like I have a ton of product on my face and I just want to wash it off. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.